Okay, let's do the chart review for 4/23/2019. Um, wow, what a day in the market, right? Big day up, pretty strong. Um, I just wanted to quickly show you the weekly chart here and this 3027 level that I'm kind of targeting here with the move up. I expect that we'll probably break out of the highs tomorrow. No guarantees though. Um, from this morning, I had shown this range here. I had said that this was the extreme right here. You can see we exceeded it just a little bit, but um, basically that's how I had it marked out earlier today, this morning before any trading happened. And you can see pretty darn close to the line right there. Not perfect. It's always a guesstimate in the morning. We had better volume uh, today than the previous day. Obviously, it was probably a hangover from Easter on the trading there, almost as much as the previous days before that. I want to spend just a moment here and kind of show you how I'm getting this. So here's that 3027 level right up here, and give you a look here. So in all the videos or whatever, I've been talking about um, pretty much symmetry in the market, and I usually show you, and I'll show you again today on the daily. I usually take a swing, kind of get the size of the swing, and at that point you can kind of start to kind of pull that across here. Obviously, it's not real good across the tops right there. If you take this middle swing, it's probably a little bit better. There's the size of that one, and if you take this guy, you can see right here that basically we've got kind of the levels marked out, right? You got the low right here, you've got a high right here, you definitely have all these bottoms right here, you've got the bottoms over here on this side. This midline right here definitely intersects with a lot of trading. You got a midline right here touching all three of these points. I'm not doing anything super magical or anything like that, but um, you kind of look at this. There's your estimate right there, right? This line lines up with that level, the bottom of this level, the top of this level where we went. We just traveled through it. You know, there's going to be a stop in between here. So if I kind of add this little box right here, and I'll kind of throw it in here and move it around a little bit so you can see the tops all kind of match up with that guy right there. If I put him all the way across, he matches up pretty close to all those bottoms and tops right there. If I moved him over in between these two, you would see the same thing. You got a nice little matchup right there, match right there, match right there, match through that area, match through that area. I put it down here. What do we have? We have the tops of this. We have that area right there. Um, this might be a boring exercise to you, but just to show you the symmetry of the market, definitely bisecting that right there. And so, if we put this guy up here in that spot, pretty darn close to that midline, so expect probably this midline to probably get to be the top of the kind of the range tomorrow, and if I know the ATR is going to expand a little bit, but if I move it right up there, it sure does line up pretty close with that, right? I know it's probably hard to see, but you kind of have a confluence of the levels there. So pick that next target. That next target's like 2968, 2963, right in there. So but anyway, so that's the daily chart. Um, so if we look at the intraday and basically showing the levels that I had marked out from this morning, I thought it was pretty interesting. They certainly popped it up before market, got it over the previous high right here. So it's really important to break the structure, right? I kind of have two thoughts on that. One is, you've basically taken away all the people that were going to try and sell above this top, right? You pretty much destroyed them. And when you break the structure, it kind of signals strength in the market and gets people to buy in when the market sells back. And so I know it's really hard to see, but on my charts, but you see this big delta right here, right? They added from a negative 861 up to 22. So, basically they added 3,000 contracts, and you can see that they sold those contracts right back into the market, and people were willing to, buy into this market and hold it back up. It traded right back down into the strongest point right here. Get a different arrow here. Right here into this point. That's where it turned, right? And they held this market and took it up. And you can see my levels were pretty much on. The market was too strong, but you can see I have this, basically this profile right here, and it was showing you that, they traded right up into that area, and, they used that level as the support, and here was the resistance, and the next level up, you can see you had 4 bars across there. It just never got any pullbacks because the market was too strong. Even this level right here, it looks like they went right through it, but if you look at this little bit of volume right here, they jammed it through in a big hurry to get through that level and get it up through here. Again, the volume right here at this level, the whole thing was that the algos were basically filling the bid the whole way, and the sellers, even though you can look down here on the delta, they were trying to sell, they just couldn't push the market back. The buyers were just holding that level the entire way. Again, this level right here, you can see it became support when it came back, and it was gone, basically the whole way. And again, the last hour, they like to buy that last hour and always make sure that the market's up and over any kind of levels in order to hold it. Not much to say on the delta. The delta was basically confirming the move. Right at this point, they had pushed it underneath the moving average at one point, and you kind of see the price action up here that was starting to happen, and I kind of thought that maybe the bears were going to get a chance to maybe push it down, but they were basically just bleeding off a little bit of inventory, and then it was just gone at that point. The symmetry was okay, so here's kind of my first swing. I kind of looked at this first little swing overnight last night, and when we start to put this guy in place, he matches up a little bit with the line, definitely lines up with trading on both sides of this level. Support and resistance is that to me, where you basically have two-sided trading, right? You're going to have trading on both sides of the line in order to be either support or resistance, and you can definitely see that they traded on both sides of that line right there. And the mid red line right here, it matched up perfectly with that nice little top, and they tried to push it back down, but again, market very strong, not coming back. Looking at this level here, we're just talking about the symmetry in the market, pretty lined up, pretty close. Not perfect, but all depends on how big of the wave you kind of start off with. And if we just keep on adding that up, you're going to see that it just, used this line of support and kind of broke through and kept on going. Too strong, too strong. Just never quite pulled back on any of these. But if you keep on making a mess of your screen or whatever, but if you just keep on adding these guys up, where did it end? Pretty darn close, huh? Right there on the top of that line, and basically you can see a nice little level where it traded on both sides of this orange line, and again, too strong to come back and test the bottom side of it, but basically encapsulates. Market likes to move in the same distance. That's where you get measured moves and stuff. I guess maybe that guy was off just a little bit, or I touched him. Let's see. Yeah, he's kind of screwy, but anyways. But just to show you the kind of the symmetry that you kind of get out of the market, and you can usually kind of get it off of first swing or whatever. Anything else that I can really say? Like I said, the delta was pretty much confirming. You knew that it was very strong when you saw, the negative delta with absolutely flat. Yeah, you just knew that this market was just a rocket today. And we basically, in all the previous videos, I said this looked like a bull flag, and that the ATR was getting low and it was building up energy to bust out of the area, and we got that bust. So that's the review for today, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.